Coming up this weekend in Vegas, Angela Overkill Hill gets back in the octagon against Ashley Yoder. And Ange, the list of firsts for you is short. You've been in this promotion a long time, had as many strawweight fights as anybody, but this is your first rematch in terms of fights that are actually going to happen. When you're preparing for somebody you haven't fought before, how does that change things?
Um, it's different. It's definitely different. Like I fought her a while back, and there's similarities. Like a lot of people just have tendencies to do certain things. Like she has tendencies to go for hip throws, to go for the grappling. I have tendencies to stand on my feet, so it'll be similar in that sense. But I think we've both gotten a lot better in both of our crafts. So it's just another test for me. Another test to show that I'm better than her as a fighter, and just yeah, get my game off.
Your last fight, the loss to Michelle Waterson, perhaps came down to a few ki in the fifth round. How long does it take for the bitterness of a close decision like that to be in the rear view completely?
It once I get that next fight booked, then it's easier to ignore the annoyance of not getting my hand raised two times in a row. So it's definitely hard to take, but there are a lot of lessons to be learned, and I think sometimes people misunderstand me complaining about a loss for not recognizing that there are things that I can do to get better and things that I can do to get closer to finishing fights, and if not, at least dominating a fight. And that fight was definitely too close for comfort, even if I had won. So I've just been in the gym trying to work on different things, trying to work on using more of my wrestling and grappling, just because I know how to do it. I know that I can hang with black belts. I know that I can out grapple a lot of the girls in my weight class, and I just never use it. It's in my toolbox, but I never use it. So it's like, why even focus on it if I'm not going to use it? So I've been trying to force myself to do that in sparring more, and just be more of a complete fighter, more of a attack more with everything as opposed to just a couple things. And hopefully those two losses are going to be the thing that get me over that hump and allow me to get closer to finishing people.
Well, before we get to this fight in depth, UFC 256, you were supposed to be on that card opposite Tisha Torres, which would have been your first rematch, but then you tested positive for COVID-19. It hits everybody differently. How long did it take you to feel 100% in training again after that diagnosis?
In training, well, I didn't go back to training for a while, but I have this sweet little garage space that I've been using to get a lot of my pad work in and stuff. And after a couple days, me and my husband both got sick, but he's also one of my main coaches. So we got sick for about 2 or 3 days, and then on the third day, we were like, "All right, let's hit pads, see how it feels." And I was a little more tired, but fortunately, it didn't hit me bad. Like I just felt like I had the flu, like a really bad flu for a couple of days, and then my body started recovering. So I lucked out. I know a lot of people got hit way worse. There were a couple of people at the gym who got it. One of the girls at the gym just got hit really bad, and so I definitely felt lucky that I was able to recover so fast. And I've just been training ever since. So yeah, just trying to be safe, making sure I had that negative COVID test before I got back in the gym, and just grinding after that.
Well, potential palate cleanser this weekend, Ashley Yoder, a short notice fight for you. Again, when did the spidey senses start tingling for you that you might be called upon to step in here at this event this weekend?
Well, I hit up my manager and I was like, dude, when am I fighting? Because I knew most people whose fights got canceled because of COVID, they got that quick turnaround. They were able to fight maybe 2 or 3 weeks later if their body was good. And I was waiting and waiting, and I never got the call. So I was just like, man, what's the holdup? And it turns out the holdup was Tisha. She didn't want to fight me anymore. So that really sucked. But but they were saying that the only openings were in June, and it just seemed like so far away. And I was like, let me try to hold out for a short notice because people are dropping off of cards like flies. Yeah, like there's so many pullouts, so many people getting injured, and I think it's all COVID related. Just everyone's trying to figure out new ways to train, how to train like by yourself, so you're not in danger of contracting it, and yeah, it's just been a really hard atmosphere for a lot of fighters. So I knew there was a good possibility that someone would pull out. I think someone pulled out the week before, and they got like a late minute replacement. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hold out. I feel lucky. And then literally like two seconds before I just caved in and took the June fight, they were like, "Hey, you want to fight next week?" And I'm like, yes. That's way better. And maybe I could like still fight in June after that.
So your husband is one of your primary coaches, also nutritionist Chef Adam. How did everything go so far
Yeah.
as being on weight and getting a weight cut going in a very condensed time?
I'm usually on pretty close to weight. I usually, if even if I have a fight booked, I don't start dieting really hard until the week of the fight. So the fact that I had a week was perfect. Like I was about 131 when I got the call, and then I had a couple training sessions. I was able to get my weight down to 128. So like that's perfect for me. Like I usually don't want to go under 128 until fight week because then I'll just be too small in there. A lot of girls are cutting from a lot higher numbers. So yeah, it was pretty easy. Chef Adam makes it easy for me too. He's always cooking for me, so I don't have like a ton of crap in my food when I eat. And we still eat garbage every now and then, but for the most part, like I'm pretty conditioned to eating clean, like eating like just carbs and complex carbs and lean protein and all that good stuff, greens and all that good stuff. So yeah, Chef Adam keeps me healthy and keeps me in good shape to pick up a short notice fight.
Angela, last question from me. Last time you faced Ashley Yoder, you won pretty decisively back at the Tough 25 finale. You spent time on the desk as an analyst. What's something you've seen from her, maybe in the wins over ABC or Granger, to suggest that she has evolved since you saw her last?
She's just really sticky. Like I think I was most impressed with her in her fight against Randa, where Randa threw something and she just like kind of dipped under her arm and got straight to the back. So I know I can't just rush her because she's tricky when people come after her, and she's like just really quick to get into the back and making them work out of there. And even if she doesn't get the submission, she's just there, that's a threat, and that's where she's getting those control points and where she's like, maybe close to submitting someone. So I definitely have to be worried about that. I think she's gotten a lot better at getting to those positions. And stand up wise, she seems a lot more confident and her push kicks and certain things from her southpaw that most southpaws capitalize on. So yeah, she's definitely evolved and she's definitely gotten better, but so have I. So so I feel like I got more to throw at her, but it's all, you can talk all you want. When you're in there, that's when you really have to show it. So yeah, I'm excited to prove that I've just like gotten better as a fighter.
Angela, you're a fan favorite and always a threat for a fight of the night. We look forward to watching you fight this weekend. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.